I'm a woman. I can't do this. Oh, they won't like me. I'm ugly. Look, I have a pimple. Look at my wrinkles. I'm stuck. I don't deserve it. I should stay home so no one sees me. I can't get dressed. I can't decide what to wear. No, I'm not worthy. I don't deserve this. I can't get dressed. Can't decide what to wear. No, I'm going back to bed. I can't. I am not worthy. You are gorgeous. I'm a magnet to good things. You are successful. You can do this. You deserve this. You're a leader. You're worthy. You are kind and generous. I am abundant to all that I do. I can change anything, and I can do this. With Empowered in Heels.
Hello everyone, welcome to Empowered in Heels. TV Chaar presents Empowered in Heels by Heima, a concept by Heima. I'm so delighted to have our lovely guest who actually is part of Biz and Fashion. She does the DIYs and she's been doing it for a year, and she is here live today, and we are going to have a special thing for you coming up, so stay tuned. Welcome to Empowered in Heels, where we would like to thank you for being part of our show, Demi, Theo, right?
Yes.
I would love to introduce you to Demi. She's an amazing woman that has been collaborating with Biz and Fashion for almost a year, now going on to her second year. And she's come up with these unique, eco-friendly crafts, and which I really wanted to get her on the show because right now we got the kids at home. Why not try a craft at home, keep them busy. So Demi, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm an interior designer. I do a lot of crafts. I'm a co-organizer for TKFW, Toronto Kids Fashion Week. I'm also the co-organizer for Toronto International Youth Dance Festival, where we empower small kids dancers. So for that one, we empower kid dancers from ages 3 to 18. And for Kids Fashion Week, we empower kid models ages 5 to 18. And I was very happy last season, season 4, to have you as part of our fashion designers. I usually coordinate it. I get all the fashion designers in, or some of them, some of the kids in. I bring in the VIPs. It's a pretty good show, empowering, young kids.
I was very delighted to be part of it. Toronto Kids Fashion Week was very well organized with the pandemic itself. Everyone
Yes.
was in mask. They kept everyone separate.
Yes.
Honestly, it was something that if you're looking for your kids to feature on a fashion show, guaranteed this is the one to start with, and they do a phenomenal job, even the showcase afterwards.
Well, we have a
online.
lot of professional people behind it, teaching the kids, you know, even
Their
kids,
walks.
their
Mhm.
walks, even the diet, like all about, you know, it's a good show to be in for, you know, self
Confidence.
confidence, and they learn along with their other peers. They have a fun time at the end of it, that's for sure. We
I always
always have
say-
positive feedback
I
about
would say modeling isn't just because you want to walk a runway. It's to build that self-esteem and confidence.
Yes.
And walk with pride and
Yes.
love yourself for what you are. So that's what I really loved about it. And it really promoted that with the show.
Yes.
They even gave certificates to the
Yes, that's
individuals
right.
that participated,
Yes.
which is such an honor to have as an accolade for yourself. So I would say you're a pretty superwoman off the board.
I don't want to think that of me. I just try my best, and sometimes I'm overwhelmed with a lot of different projects, but I manage okay, and because of my time management, and I'm a pretty organized person, so I work very good under pressure, therefore the end result is good always, thank God.
That's amazing. So was it always your journey to be where you are today? Did you always think you would be like organizing a kids fashion show? Did you ever picture yourself doing that?
I wanted to do something along the field of design, fashion. I love all these things. I love writing. I love modeling. I love being in events. I love people. I'm a people person. And I think that's a thing that you need. You know, you need that kind of thing to be in this business, right? My past was, like I said, interior design, so art. So I do a lot of like arts and crafts where, you know, I do them to relax. It's part of my relaxation and everything. So yeah.
Love it. So you do have a daughter, correct?
Yes.
And this show is all about empowering women.
Yes.
What is one empowering message you can give to the women out there that are
Okay.
listening today?
I always tell my daughters, actually, always try your best. Be your best, the best that you can be in any situation. At the same time, you have to be kind and respect others. That's a very important thing, you know, if you want to, you know, be able, like your personality has to fit what you're doing, and you have to treat everyone like they want to be, like you want to be treated, right? Always try your best, push hard, never give up, you know, and never say no, because actually, I'll give you one example. So when I was doing my thesis back at Ryerson, in design, I had a really nice mentor. His name is John Dagonas, and he's part of the Greek community. And he was one of the people that helped me with my project. And he was one of my advisors. So, you know, he said to me, and I still remember this to this day, he said, if you get a job and you come across anything that anyone offers, never say no. Say, yes, you can do it. And always try your best at it, and always try. So that's what I tell my daughters too.
I love that message. Never give up.
Never give
and
up.
Keep on at it.
Exactly.
Try something new always.
Always
I
try
think
something new.
Life always throws us something
Yes.
new, and
Yes.
you need to learn and grow every day.
Yes. And each challenge, even if it's negative, always take it as a positive challenge. Just turn it around and get whatever positive is out of it, and just do it like that and think about the positive.
Such an empowering message. It's like a learning
Yes.
curve or learning tool. I think God gives us things in life to make us stronger. And that's how we can empower other women.
Yes.
Because if we don't empower other women and support other women, who will do it? So by setting that example as us women here
Of
today, what a better thing for us to do. So have you had any changes with COVID, with the pandemic? Has this made you shift your business?
Okay, so a couple of things I want to mention about that. COVID made us realize, it gave us some time to actually think and do things that we had sitting on the shelf behind us. So it gave us time, first of all, to be with our families. That's the most important thing. But in terms of work, it made us think of other alternative projects that we can do on our own, you know, from home, or, you know, staying safe. So two things. I'll mention first about the Toronto Kids Fashion Week. We went virtual, and it was the very first time that we actually did a show with virtual reality. It turned out pretty good. We kept, you know, everything safe and followed, you know, the government health guidelines to keep everybody safe, etc. So that was the big change. Okay, so and we're probably going to be doing it again on season 5 coming up in June. The second thing personally about me is that one of my dreams was always to do some writing. As I'm doing DIY, the DIY page for Biz and Fashion magazine, and I'm doing some writing. I've done some articles also in the past for Spencer magazine, and I've done some articles for Biz and Fashion magazine. Actually, one of them was on Bar Ocho, right? Mm-hmm. Which called Baby, the music video called Baby. I filmed it last May, and I was working with Cesar Casillas Flores in Mexico. So Mexico and Canada was collaborating together. I never actually met them, but they're friends of mine. So I did that, and he produced my first video. I did a YouTube channel back in December called Demi's Story and Craft Time, where I narrate stories. All the crafts are handmade by me. At the end of the story, there is a DIY for kids to make, you know, with their other sisters, brothers, or with their parents. So that's what developed out of that, and I had the time to actually, you know, work on that, work on my writing.
If you are looking for something for kids to check, please check out Demi's story. She's had a very good amount of people view your stories,
yes,
so it's really being very successful.
So it's you just Google Demi Stories or Demi's Story and Craft Time, and it should come up.
I love it. So with that, Toronto Kids Fashion Week.
Yes.
Did you find, because a lot of fashion shows stopped, and I found that a big step in the door for a company to actually take the lemon and make lemonade out of it. And it was such a great way that you guys put it together. Did you find any challenges with putting it together?
We just had to keep everybody safe, and usually in the auditions, we let parents come in. We have a big area where parents come in with their kids, they take photographs, we greet them, etc., etc. This time, unfortunately, we had to tell the parents to stay in the parking lot for safety reasons, as we didn't want too many people in the building. You know, so we kept it low numbers. We just had the basic people, the photographers, you know, the judges judging the auditions, and same thing with the filming of that, you know, on that particular day.
I think that's one thing I admired, is that I did see that. I saw that everyone was on schedule.
Yeah.
Everyone was distanced. They had them in separate rooms. Just the kids distance 2 on the runway, individually coming out, which is amazing.
With masks.
With masks on.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the good protocols and a lot of kudos goes out to the Toronto Kids Fashion Week. And looking forward to being part of it in June.
I'm looking forward to.
So with that, is there a statement you believe in daily that you say to yourself?
The statement is always do what you love to do. Don't be afraid. Don't give up, just do it. Just do it, that's it.
And with Biz and Fashion, is there 3 great DIYs that you have done that has pinpointed that you would like to showcase today?
As a matter of fact, I brought a couple of DIYs that we're gonna we're actually going to do one live. And last month, one of the DIYs I featured in the January issue of Biz and Fashion was doing liquid pour, acrylic liquid pour, which is very easy and it can be done, you know, you can involve your children in this. It can be a fun activity. They can pour the paints and you can do it. It's a little bit messy, but it can be handled. That's fine. And I've brought in a beautiful jewelry box because today I'm gonna demonstrate how to make jewelry, like a jewelry box out of a plain container. A lot of the times I use materials which are eco-friendly. So basically reuse, reduce, recycle. I use, you know, like containers that were from chocolate boxes, for example. Containers that are from jam, you know? So you can do so much, you know, out of things that you don't want. You know, there's so many things that you can do out of them. And I always look for that and I try to make fun things out of that.
That's great because then she's reusing things that we wouldn't use, right?
Exactly.
And it doesn't go to our landfill because that is a major thing right now, is to prevent landfill. Because if we look in 10 years from now, where is everything going to be?
Exactly.
And our kids are going to be playing in a backyard of garbage, basically. So just think of that when you're buying things and how you can refurnish it or redo something with it. Even with clothing, if you recycle your clothing and give it to a women's shelter or give it to someone that needs it, they will be so grateful for those things.
Yes,
so
I agree.
That is I'm a very big advocate in reuse and recycle.
And another thing with that, with the wardrobe, like that you mentioned, I just want to bring another point, is that you can actually put things together in a different way and make different looks. So again, it's recycling.
Yeah, the mix and match.
Mix and match. Yeah.
Bedazzle it, put some jewels on it.
Sure.
Or if it's a dress, you can make it into a skirt. Or if it's a dress, a skirt, make it into a dress.
Yes.
There's so many things, and that I'm an advocate for that. That's why I'm a fashion stylist also, for that reason, so that when I don't sell products, I can revamp them or use them for other people that really need them. That's amazing. So let's get on to the demo.
Okay.
I'm so excited to show you something that you can do at home with your kids on a weekend, or even when at home for a break, for that lunch break that you need to get off your computer as work and do something fun
And
for
it's
you.
relaxing and, you know, rewarding.
Yes, I love it.
They learn something out of it.
So
Why
Demi,
not?
were you always a crafty person
Yes.
as a young person?
Yes, I was. I grew up in Europe and I always, you know, loved art and crafting and went to shows, and even here, you know, I went to school, like I said, for design, and eventually, like actually, I designed some retail stores in West Edmonton Mall and in Limebridge Mall. Stopped for a while. I did a few things in my life, you know, and then eventually I worked for a company called AccuRelax, where I started doing the modeling, and I was their brand ambassador, you know, modeling health and wellness products, and I was participating every summer in the CNE. And the last time I participated was 2 summers ago, when that was the last of the CNE before COVID. And actually, my face is on one of the product boxes.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
What a great thing. Yes, she has actually modeled for Biz and Fashion too.
And for Biz and Fashion, of course.
I am so delighted to have you part of it. So let's go back to our demo. We will be back. Studio Chaar Production presents Empowered in Heels with Suzy Tamasy, only on TV Chaar. So going into our demo with Demi, Theo, I would love to see what you have in store for us.
Okay, great. So today I brought a very simple project that you know, you can do with your kids, involve your whole family. It's fun, simple, colorful. So it's an acrylic liquid pour. So we're gonna do a jewelry box, okay? So as I said before, I always, you know, use containers which can be, you know, reusable. So in this case, I used the chocolate box I'm gonna use, and I brought some other examples of how it's gonna look like. I've done this. So after you do the liquid pour, you can embellish it with crystals, ribbons, etc. to make it more interesting. This particular one here is actually featured in the January edition of Biz and Fashion, if you remember. This was one of the projects, which is a jewelry box, and I did a liquid pour. I left some space in there so that you can actually see your jewelry, your bijou. So something interesting. I put butterfly on this one. These are for makeup brushes. Okay, again, you know, just jars out of gem for makeup brushes. And I brought another. This is an apron that I've done in the December issue. It's just a barbecue apron, and I drew little, you know, drawings on it and hand painted them, and that was part of the...
Such a cute thing to do with the kids. Even for Father's Day, do one of these, like an apron for barbecue, right?
Yeah, with a theme like that. I don't see why not. So basically, we're just gonna pour some paints that I brought, and these are the Crafters acrylics. So just pour a little bit in the container. I just brought a small container because it's better.
Do you need to pick those up at Michael's? Or
I actually just picked them up at Dollarama, and you know.
Good.
So I'll let you pour a little bit of. I'll let you get involved in this and let you pour just a little bit, you know.
Just a little.
Yeah. So we can use like a little bit of black. Let's see, a little bit of black. Maybe a little bit of yellow. Okay, and there's red.
Do you recommend them doing it on something that's easy to wipe down?
Oh yeah, I just put a plastic today so that we don't mess up beautiful velvet tablecloth here. So I'll let you pour this one. You can do yellow, and again, the same colors, a little bit at a time. So yellow and some purple, some mauve. There we go. And maybe some more red on top. So I think that should be enough. So all you do, okay, that's the container that I'm using. So all you do is just take your container and you just use circle motion, so it becomes like a swirl effect. Okay, so I'm just gonna pour. It makes like...
So you're not mixing the colors in the
Not
container?
at all. It's just as it you know, as it pours, like this, and then you just move it around. You move this around so that it creates a different, you know, colors. I should have put a little bit more paint, but because of the time that we have now, it's fine. So basically,
such a cute thing, and you're recycling at the same time.
Yes,
What a great
so
idea.
You can get a close-up of how it's gonna be when the paint runs. That's basically how it's gonna be. Okay, and after this dries, then you can embellish it with ribbons like I showed on this one, or anything you like. You can actually put you can actually shellac this and put like a coat of shellac, or you know, to make it shiny. In my case, I just left it like that because I liked it. I just put, you know, I just glued with a glue gun different things on it.
What a fantastic way
So that's basically
to have a weekend or a minute break for you to do something at home and have it dry afterwards, get them to do their work at school, and then wait until the after effect of when it's dry later on. And
yeah, so if you need like more paint, you just do the same process again, and then you just pour on the edges, or sometimes you can use a paintbrush to help the paint, you know, go where you want it to go, if there's like blank spaces in between. So that's basically, you know, you can start like another one here, for example, go around.
so Demi, tell me about your books.
Yes, I would like to talk about that. I brought some books today because I started doing the book. So for my first YouTube channel show, I read the Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So I said to myself, why don't I do my own stories? And that's what this this is what came out of this. The first story is actually this one called The Magical Chickadee. And I had this story, which I wrote years ago. I had it in a drawer, and I said, let's do that. Why not? You know. And I edited the story, and that's going to be my first story. And then I wrote The Valentine Bears, which is this. The crafts are all made by me. The Valentine Bears, actually, I used a shower caddy as a. That's what I did with the different levels, and I made it look like a miniature teddy bear's house. So that's the second one. The third one is a sequel to the Valentine Bears called The Valentine Bears Vacation, where they go to a beautiful place that Mama Bear chooses because she works so hard and they want to rest, so they go to a well-deserved vacation. The fourth one is the Furpendurps, which is about these little creatures that come out of Earth. They live in the land of Furp, and they hang around like houses which are abandoned. You know, the builders have abandoned them, and they do picnics, you know, and stuff like this. And it's a cute little story. And my very last one out of the 5 is this is called Mrs. Fuzzy Jazzy and the Case of the Missing Designer Bag. And again, it's made out of, you know, my crafts. So I'm hoping to publish these books all into one book eventually. I'm working with a great lady. She's my editor and my layout. Her name is Tracy McLean Lowe, and she's helping me with this. And I'm hoping to get it published for the kids to see, because now there's no libraries, there's no programs where they, you know, they read out loud, you know, like books to kids by dedicated librarians, where they sit them in a circle and do the teddy bear story time and things like that. So I thought that was a good idea. And
so I love it. So this is why I said she's a superwoman. From crafts to edit, like she writes columns and books for children. What a great way to spend and check out her books. So thank you so much for being on Empowered in Heels, Demi.
Thank you so much.
I am so delighted and honored.
And I have a little present for you.
Oh, wow.
I am going to give you one of my crafts
so
for
much.
makeup brushes.
Oh,
and
wow.
a copy of one of my little books called Mrs. Fuzzy Jazzy.
Oh,
the case
that's
of the
so
missing
great.
designer bag.
Thank you so much.
And I actually brought one for the producer as well. And this is
so
the one.
cute.
And this
I'll
is
get
for
my
Heima,
son to read
okay?
it. Oh, thank you so much. That's
very
such
welcome.
a great tool, and it's recyclable. So remember, save your jars, save your
Of course,
little
yeah.
treats and
A
stuff.
lot of stuff can be used, you know, like plastic containers, like anything.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So promoting eco-friendly is one of a key thing right now, and that's what I really wanted to have on Empowered in Heels, and save your landfill, because landfill is another issue. So we've tackled so many great topics today and with this fabulous lady. And please follow us on Empowered in Heels, only on TV Chaar. See you next Tuesday.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
It's an honor.